Hi, Steve Carey here. Today I'm doing a little experiment with a tool I've been using recently. And the tool is artificial intelligence. It's a tool for writing copy, anything from marketing and sales copy to full blog post. The product is called Conversion.ai. But the challenge I'm doing today is for me. I have an idea for an article I'd like to write. I just thought of it a few moments ago and it was just stuck in my head. I thought, hey, this is an interesting idea. So the challenge is how quickly can I write an article that I can post to Facebook and or LinkedIn using this tool, but how quickly can I get it done? And the way that I found this tool is helping me is doing things like I just described, taking an idea that's in my head and sitting down and getting it done. It really makes it easy to get to the next step. And then from there, how quickly can I actually write this article? That much I don't know for this idea. So we're going to find out. So right now, as I'm starting, it's 2:08 in the afternoon, and I'm going to time myself to see how long it takes. My goal is to do it less than a half hour, and I think it can get done. Obviously, the simpler it is, it should only take 10 minutes maybe. But I want to see, how much of a decent length article with some good critical thought can I get done in, basically 21 minutes. So here is what I've done already. I had this idea, which is kind of a cheesy cliche. The future is here. I just didn't realize it'd get here so quick. That's my dumb little headline, but it got stuck in my head. That's what started the idea. And my outline that I came up with on my own is this. And the premise is this line right here. It's already here and it's already disruptive. We're just not aware that it's already in the mainstream. It's already out in the wild. And I don't think people outside of the industry that I am in, which is online and digital marketing, I don't know if the population at large outside of tech really knows this or people inside of it. I was so surprised at how effective the technology is. And that's my main point here. It is way better at copywriting than I expected it to be. Number two, it's dramatically accelerating the work I do. That's why I'm doing this challenge and sharing it. And it's helping me in these three areas. I can take an idea that normally I would sit on and when I had time to do it, I would get to it. And then by that time, the idea is no longer interesting or you just didn't have the spark, that creativity's gone. So it's allowing me to go from idea, inspiration to, okay, let's go into action. And now I'm in creation mode. How do I get my ideas down on paper that are compelling and interesting to the reader? And then how do I take that and put it in to output, publish it? And this part is really a function of just doing the work. But this part right here, these two, taking an idea, starting action, and actually putting it down on paper in a clear, coherent way, logical and interesting. This normally takes a lot of time. So there's always a lot of other priorities that I put in front of it, like getting client work done. So this is a massive surprise to me. And here's the other part, my kind of conclusion, which is I think there's a lot of people in my industry, online marketing, who are already aware of some of these AI tools. I mean, you can go out and you can look at headline generators, email subject generators, but they're kind of little hacks that get you from point A to B, and they do help, but they use formulaic type things that you probably see in your inbox every day. But I know that people like me are starting to adopt this, but I think we're going to start to see wide adoption across all different sectors in the market, and not just marketers and people who do direct marketing for a living, but just everyday people who want to make things on their own, DIY people or salespeople, in particular salespeople who are carrying a quota. I think this is an amazing tool for them. Any type of corporations who have maybe a small functional marketing group and they're spread thin, and salespeople out there trying to meet their quotas and represent their product. I think these are going to be amazing game changers for those type of people. But then you get into everybody else, people who are selling things on eBay, Etsy, online, just hobbyists. These tools are going to be widely available to the mainstream, and they're going to start using them right away. So that's what I want to explore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this outline and walk through the process in the course of making this video. I've already eaten up 4 minutes of time talking about it, so my timeline is shorter. And but I'm going to see what I can come up with. Now, I already took this outline and I did some improvements on it already. So I got a few minutes back. I kept my same headline for now, but I took my ideas and I put them into 2 different headlines. And I like this third one here. It doesn't replace human intelligence or creativity, but rather augments it with a skill set that's unique. And the other points I made, it's been here for a while, but recent advances have made it more accessible to the mainstream. And this in particular is true for me. Moving from the generators, like the headline generators and the email subject generators and the first paragraph generators, those are, I won't call them hacks, but they're just things that get you from A to B. But now you can actually do long form copywriting with these tools. And that's what I've been using, and it allows me to get the idea in and outline this and flesh into a real article. So here we go. I'm going to dive into the product, which is Conversion.ai, and I will now attempt to turn this into an article. So give me just a minute and I'll get this set up for where I want to work. All right, so here I am. What I've done here is I've created a new document. It's blank. I'm using the long form editor. And the way it works is you can start writing all your stuff over here, and you can use this menu on the left. These are all your tools to give you ideas, which will generate content you can copy and paste over here and then kind of mix and match. And I'm still figuring this out, which is why this is so much fun, is because it's already productive without me knowing much of anything. But as I look down this left side, I'm kind of looking at this like, okay, let's write this like a blog post. So I'm going to use this tool called the blog post intro paragraph. And I'm going to take some of the stuff that I already wrote. And who is the audience? Who am I writing this for? We're gonna write this for we'll write for marketers. And no, we're gonna take it back. Let's write this for small business owners, because I think this is a game changer for them. And then take this out. This is my blog post title, and then the product name is AI for writing your next product. Something like that. I don't know if that's the right one. Tone of voice, I'm going to say informative. That's what I want to do. I want to inform people and help people. So, and then I'm going to go down here. The button is a little bit invisible, so I'm going to just generate AI content. So what happens is it's going to spit out a bunch of stuff. Some of it good, some of it bad. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to edit it. And so this is where I'm taking, I have my idea, which is the outline. And I'm going to take its idea, which is all this stuff. And then I'm going to turn it into my voice again. As I look through this, this really isn't my personality. But here's part of it. I like this part right here. How does it work? Deep learning, some cliche stuff. Anyway, we'll go copy that. I'm just going to put it in there as a placeholder. Get rid of that. Let's see what the other ones are. Okay, this one's kind of cool. It's a brave new world out there. This matches a little bit what my headline was. Is the future's here, we just don't know it yet. Yeah, I like this one. So let's take a look. It's a little bit fear-inducing. It's already here without any. I'm not quite sure I like that last line, but anyway, I'm just gonna copy this, because what we do here is this is where use our brains and make it better than what it was. But I like this. It's a brave new world that the machines are making more decisions for us than ever before, and they don't need to sleep or take breaks. The latest of these is machines is AI-powered software that can write product descriptions. I'm going to take that out because that's what I'm trying to make at a vastly accelerated rate with much less human input than you might think. All right, so that matches kind of the intro paragraph for this. We just don't know it yet. So I'm going to take this there as well. So I'm going to trade these two paragraphs because I think logically this makes a little bit more sense. Now I want to make this point where, AI is much better writing content than I expected it to be. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that back in, see if this works. And just get rid of these. Now, you don't have to get rid of these. but I just like to keep a clean screen. So it's thinking, let us do its thing. Here we go. I was skeptical about how well AI could write content for my small business. True. But I decided to give it a try and see what happened. Absolutely true. It turns out the software is better at writing than I expected. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm trying to convey. And this is what blows me away about this product, is that I had an idea, had some bullet points, and it came up with this that matched my thinking. And I'm going to put this down there. I'm not going to, I mean, this is garbage. It has nothing to do with SEO. So now, this is the kind of funny part. As I delete this, it goes from AI, and then we get into understanding SEO. There's no continuity there. So it's just one of the silly things. But, as I delete that and I put it back, it deletes that. So it's getting smarter too. It's learning how I like to write. This is where it gets a little creepy. But I accomplished my goal for that paragraph. A is better writing content than expected to be. Maybe I'll give it an example. Let's try the sentence expander. Take this as the input, and then let's just see this. I'm excited. Let's just see what it does. Okay, so it's just kind of building some excitement. Quality is good, affordable. Okay, here's a little bit. I could take this, take that away. Confidently say this tool is amazing. The content is good quality, and it's dramatically accelerate work and creative output. I wish it could help me with typing. So I've got this. I'm going to take this. Yeah, it's similar to the paragraph above. Okay, so let's take this out because that's repetitive. This first line is absolutely repetitive, so we don't need that. But I've just added another sentence to this paragraph, or because I'm going to do it kind of like a Facebook post, I'm going to keep a lot of line breaks so it's quick and easy to read. All right, so let's see what else I can do. Try persuasive bullet points. So AI for copywriting. I think actually what I want to do is use the bullet points I already have, so I don't need that so much. Okay, I'm back here. I'm still on my time target, but I wanted to just explore what would be the best tool framework over here to kind of expand my bullet points. And I still don't know the answer, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these bullet points in here and kind of doing product description under the AIDA framework. And what I like about this one, AIDA is attention, interest, desire, action. I like the attention and interest convention because it builds the psychological momentum. So we're going to see what it comes out with. And I've used this quite a few times already. It's just great for writing just informative, helpful content. It gets people to start thinking. Okay, so really what I want to focus on is dramatically accelerating work. So let's do that. Okay, back. They're really honing in on this early adopters. It's because I got this up there. Okay. And it's only getting better early. Okay, this is probably the wrong framework that I'm using. Okay, yeah, so this is the wrong one. So I'm going to move over to another one. What I really want to do is just build out this. AI is dramatically accelerating work. So what if I did this? And let me go over to this side. And this is where the long form assistance really comes in. So I'm just going to go into focus mode and build this. At this point, I'm going to take some of the points that I had already come up with, which was that right there. Okay, so I backtrack a little bit because this is trying to build a product description for me with the AIDA framework, and I just want to build out this paragraph. AI is dramatically accelerating work. So I'm going to put this into Content Improver, and I'm going to say from idea to creation to finished out. And tone of voice again is going to be helpful. And see what we get. There we go. This is pretty interesting right here. I don't have anything to do with folders, creating company-related email templates, but this last one, or even compiling different writings that will be later published for publication at Amazon Kindle Store. Absolutely. I haven't done this yet, but this is on my list. And this sentence down here, yeah, this one's, I like this one. Okay, I'm going to use that as is. So now we've taken this idea I had of accelerating my work, going from idea to creation to finished output in a matter of seconds is true. Let's change that to minutes. As you've been watching me do this, you know that's true as well. I don't know if it's dramatic improvement in output tone of voice, but this last part is absolutely true. So let's take this away, because I don't think this is the same. But it will automate all kinds of tasks for your convenience. Creative work. Okay, so this is, this is where you kind of get in this gray area. Is this my work, the AI work? I'm taking something it did, putting it into my tone, my voice, doing some improving. I'm basically doing proofing and editing. And I don't know the answer to that. This one is definitely, I would say, I'm writing this with assistance, and that much is true. I've done some articles where I let it write just about everything, and I just edited it at the very end. And then I've done some articles where it's all my stuff, and I've just used it to create transitions. Just help me get over the writer's block. So all those are true. But anyway, I've got that part. Let's go back to the outline and see what I did. Put some things there. Okay, so early adopters. Let's just go right to this, because I need to get this done. Actually, let's just leave it there and see what it does. Trying my conclusion point here. And then, yeah, here's a fail. I mean, this just took my outline, and the tone of voice should be helpful for everyone. This is a total fail. I see a lot of that, and so I'm just going to delete it and tell AI that's not so good at this. So I don't really like this, but let's go back to the content. This one that we already worked with. Early adopters are marketers, obviously. I wrote that because I'm in a group, but I'm in that field. But expect to see wide adoption across categories. It's still trying to build a service product. Take that out. I think it's creating some noise. I'll say, and before you know it, everyone. See if that changes what we get. Pretty cool for interest. I don't quite like any of these. So this is where, again, I want to go back to the main point I'm trying to make, which is expect to see wide adoption. So there is probably, I haven't tried this yet. I think this is a time waste now at this point. By the way, it's 2:33, so I didn't meet my timeline objective, but I'm so very, very close. And this is really more on me not knowing the right tool to use to do what I want to do. And at this point, I could probably write it on my own faster. But I've got a short article, 241 words up here. It's not bad, it's not great, but I've got something out of my head on the paper, so I can obviously improve it. So we're going to go a little bit further and see if we can just wrap this up. Now we totally changed the tone of voice. Okay, so that's not it. So because I'm over my timeline, I'm going to take a few minutes just to figure out what's the best next step for me to wrap this up. So here's another one of the tools I've been using, and I like this one because this is probably what I should be using. It's just marketing angles, but it's really for brainstorming, and it's not trying to write a specific thing like a product description. It's not trying to adhere to a formula like ADA. It's just trying to give me a different angle, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to create a point by saying this isn't just for people who specialize. It's really for everybody, and before we know it, everybody will be using it, and that's the main point. So if I can use this tool to help get some content that serves that idea I have, then I'll be successful. So this is still not it. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so here's another interesting one. I think this will help. So this is really where you kind of see the limits. You need to kind of use your own brain. I have the idea, I have the sentence. I've already kind of wordsmithed it a little bit. This was my writing to begin with. And, before you know it, everyone is the kind of what I improved it by. So let's just put that in there. And I got a little typo. But here's what I like about this last one. Here's why. AI never stops learning, innovating, and is working, basically around the clock on your behalf. So it's kind of like having an employee that just does what you want it to do all the time. Number two, it's a simple and easy to use product. And even though I'm stumbling through this, it's one of those things where I'm still getting better each time. But this was a challenge just without having a clear idea what it's going to do. So it's still simple and easy to use. I'm getting solutions. I'm getting through my own mental roadblocks. And I just want one more idea. So tell us what design isn't the one I want. So let's just see if it comes up with anything else. So then again, I mean, this is not a sentence I would have come up with on my own, but I change it and it's workable. So that's what I really like about it. It's literally just like it's a leverage device. Like getting in a car and going to the store. You can get to the store much faster in a car than you can by walking or riding a bike. This is just like that. It's a super powerful, tool. Like a power tool is just going to get you going. And some people call it cheat code. I absolutely believe that is true. So now I just need to write a conclusion, and we're going to figure out how to get that one done next. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can finish this up using the PAS framework, the problem agitate solution. I've used this a few times before, and it is pretty effective because it comes up with some of the common issues, and then it starts to compound those issues, but then it gives you a solution, and it's a solution I'm looking for in this one. I took one of the sentences it did earlier for me, and because that's one I want to end on. I don't know if it cares about spelling. I don't think it does. But we're going to see if we can get like a workable conclusion out of this. And I'm just looking at the solution paragraphs. This is kind of helpful. And actually, one of this might be a good way to do is to kind of restate the beginning. Every day people spend hours of time and $1,000 of writing projects. I kind of like that. There's some parts of the tools that's still a little clunky. Actually, no, that worked out just great. Actually, I like this one too. The problem works like this. And it's exactly what we've been doing. So I want to see if this fits in up there. How does it work? Yeah, I might actually take this one, the process. So now I've stumbled on this. This is another part of the product I really like, is as you kind of get deeper into it, you keep finding new content. So now we've got 2, how does this work? How does this work? And the process goes like this. Yep. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Again, this is 99% written by the tool, this paragraph right there. So again, we're moving back and forth between, am I writing it or is the system writing it? It's leaning towards the system writing it. Yeah, I like this one here. It might be a little bit repetitive, but it's going to go with it. Yeah, I just making the process of bringing ideas to life faster, more efficient. Ideas can go from, idea to creation, finish output. That was my stuff. Soon everybody will be using this type of technology. So it's interesting. It's using my ideas again. I got to go see if that was in the input. Yeah, it was. Okay, so sometimes it's figuring out stuff as we go. And I'm trying to figure out if it's learning from prior work that I put in. Soon everyone will be using this technology. Okay, I'm not trying to make a pitch. Okay, so I want to get back to the original idea. The future is here. Just didn't realize it'd be here so fast. I could do something with that. We're going to go back to this one. And I'm just going to see if it can write me something. Ending paragraph is about FedEx. Yeah, this is kind of funny. I didn't realize it would get here so quick. So it really is thinking I'm talking about products and Amazon and UPS and FedEx. So let's talk about the future. Okay, the future is here. Okay, now we're getting some more context. Let's get out of there. I'm going to generate some new stuff. So this is kind of the funny part. You realize what you need to teach it and what it already knows. And I thought we were talking about package delivery because we used the word it and didn't describe what it was. Okay, this is workable. Okay, I'm going to take this one and do something with it. It's hard to imagine that the future of our work could be so different from what we're used to. And I'm going to say in a matter of I'm going to make a bold prediction. In a matter of just months, I think we'll be using this technology everywhere. As a result, the future is here now. I just didn't realize it'd get here so soon. Okay, there's kind of like I said, it's workable. And that's what I want in this exercise. So let's take a quick look at what I've got. And, we're up to 500 words at this point. So, not bad. But let's take a really quick look. AI for writing is here. It's already disruptive. We just don't know it yet. Brave new world. Machines are making more decisions than ever before. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just doing quick wordsmithing. And I'm going to take a look at this and I'll be back. Okay, I've now finished going through and proofing this. And I've done quite a bit of small fine-tuned edits. Verb agreement, a common voice, we're talking about we versus I and you and us, and just things that make writing good. That's my responsibility, make it something that is articulate and presentable and professional. But what I've got here is, over 500 word. It's just, it's about, in real life documents, it's probably a page and a half. It's a really long Facebook post and a decent sized post for something like LinkedIn. But it's, I've got something that I started literally not too long ago. I went well over my 20 minutes, but I'm under an hour. So I'm going to call this a win because I'm still stumbling around. And and it helped me achieve my goal, which was I wanted to start using this tool. I just wanted to use it for a week, paid money for it. I can't think of not using it now, but I wanted to produce content each day and see if I could do it. And it's absolutely allowed me to do that. For that, I think it's amazing. And really, if I just sometimes need to get my thoughts down on the paper, it's doing that too. So I've got all sorts of ideas. I started writing them down, and then I got an idle moment or inspiration. I'll go into the tool and I'll say, hey, I want to just create some product descriptions without ever thinking about, I need to, publish this yet. I'm still in the planning mode, but now I got a product description, framework, and notes. And I save that as a document. So that's really effective. So even for things I'm not publishing, I'm using this multiple times a day just to get out of the writer's block. And the other thing it's been super helpful for is I'm doing client work, and I have to get in the frame of mind of serving the client and communicating in their voice and writing copy about their products or an advertisement. I can use some of these tools to get me started, and now I'm writing something about their product. It's not my work anymore, and I'm able to be really effective in a short amount of time and get the work done and deliver it back to the client in a way that's really powerful for them. So the ability to do context switching gears from my work to their work across multiple clients, I can't put a price on it. It's so valuable. So anyway, I hope this video is useful for you. I know it's a little bit long. I'm going to edit it down, but more to come. I'll share more as I go. Thanks.